Hey everyone, it's Dr. Julie coming to you with another Dr. Julie nudge of encouragement. You know, Dr. Ashley and I did a recent, pretty intense video cast regarding your body self and primarily focusing on your body's emotional story, the emotional history that your body has gone through that has impacted where it is at currently and possibly how you are continuing to treat it in the present. It is so important that we develop empathy and compassion for our body self wherever our current body state is, whether we are thrilled with it or whether we struggle with it. It is so very important that we understand and hopefully hold compassion and empathy for our bodies. But what I want to do today is I want to encourage you to begin to explore honestly without judgment, with curiosity to explore kind of where the current state is, with how you feel about your body self. And I'm going to add a little twist to it. What I want you to do is ponder the question, and this is it. Is there something or are there some things that I blame my body for, that I continue to hold resentment or anger or hatred or want to reject my body for, that inhibits me stepping in and working on my recovery process in a way that I not only embrace my body with respect, but I also am working on treating it better, like maybe giving it the healthy movement that we talk about, like maybe, listening to its hunger signals, listening to the physical cues that it's giving you that's telling you what it needs, including the food that it needs, desires, and craves to be healthy. Oftentimes, on an unconscious or a subconscious level, we have negative feelings towards our body. And oftentimes that can be because we blame our body for things that might have occurred in the past that then affect how we then step in and react to it and ultimately treat it in the present. So I'm going to ask you, or I guess I'm going to nudge you to explore this question very honestly and very deeply within yourself. And the question again is there something that I am blaming my body for? Is there something that I'm refusing to embrace my body because of? Okay. Truly, what is the relationship that I'm having with my body self at present? And if it's negative, what am I still holding on to that I am putting on my body, that I'm giving my body responsibility for, that I need to be able to work through before I can progress forward into treating my body better, supporting my body's needs, and ultimately embracing and respecting it regardless of its body, shape, weight, or size. Okay? So a couple of ways that we can explore this. Number one, maybe just with me saying this, you've become aware of feelings and you know exactly what those feelings are associated with. If that's true, write that down, okay? and bring that into either your therapist if you're in individual therapy, or you can pose it as a question in the next Q&A that Dr. Ashley and I are going to do, and we can provide some psycho-ed regarding that. Okay, so if there's a feeling that you're aware of, you know what that's connected to, by all means, pay attention to that. The other thing that you can do is you can take yourself to a very quiet place where you can reflect and connect to both yourself and to your body, and then ask yourself that question: how do I feel about my body? You know, are there things that I am blaming my body for or holding on to that are stopping me from treating my body as I should, as the vessel that really encapsulates my soul and my spirit? Okay. So, in that quiet place of connection and focusing your intent on this question, what comes up for you? And then again, being able to do something with what you have discovered. Either bring that into one-on-one therapy, you can ask it in a Q&A, you can journal upon it and see if there's some way that you can resolve some of those feelings. Okay. Lastly, if you're still struggling to get a sense of the answer for your own personal question, are there things that I'm blaming my body self for? I would encourage you to engage in a dialoguing exercise that I oftentimes use. I think I have also illustrated this in some of my earlier Dr. Julie Nudges of Encouragement, but it is using dialoguing in a right brain, left brain, or right dominant hand, left non-dominant hand, if you are in fact right-handed, manner, where we allow different parts of ourself to dialogue with each other. We tap into the subconscious processes and oftentimes can then connect up with answers that we're not aware of in our normal conscious mind. So what you would do is you would take yourself to, again, a private place where you're not going to be interrupted, a place where you don't have to feel self-conscious that someone is going to come in and find what you're doing. Okay. You want to have a large piece of paper. Again, reflect back on some of my Dr. Julie Nudges where we sat on the floor and we had large pieces of newsprint paper. And have a crayon in either hand, okay, not a small marker, because we really want to tap into the creative part of your brain, okay? And what I want you to do with your dominant hand is that's going to be the current adult conscious mind. And I want you to put out the question: how do I treat you? Another question might be, do I hold you negatively responsible for something in my life? And or do I hold you negatively responsible for something in my past? Okay, that's going to be the question that you write with your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, that's right hand. If you're left-handed, that's left hand. So write that question from your adult conscious mind. Then I want you to close your eyes, focus the intent on your body self, ask that question again in your mind, and then wait for a response to come. And it will be an automatic response. Sometimes people see their body and they hear a response like, you hate me, or dad made fun of me and you always blamed it on me because I was overweight. Okay. Or you despise me because X, Y, or Z, right? So you wait for an answer to spontaneously come, and you'll know it when you do the exercise. It's hard to kind of talk about it without experiencing it yourself, but you'll know when something kind of pops up. Sometimes you're going to be surprised by that answer. You want to make sure you're not thinking about that answer, nothing that's premeditated, all right? And when that answer comes up, I want you to then write that with your non-dominant hand. Okay, don't judge your handwriting. It's not going to look like your dominant hand. And that's going to be your body's response. Okay, how do I treat you? Is there something I've held blame and put that on you, either in the current or in the past? And then see what the body part of you, the left kind of sided intuitive part of you responds. And if you do want to take it a step further, you can continue the dialoguing. Okay. So if it's you treat me poorly, you can say, tell me how I do that. You want to ask open-ended questions that are intended to explore with curiosity so you can get as much information as possible that then is going to help guide you with the next step that you need to work on to be able to resolve, to work through, ultimately reconcile this conflict with your body self. Okay? So we talked about 3 different ways to explore a really important question about how you feel about your body. How do you feel about it? Do you blame it for something in the here and now? Do you blame it for something in the past? And if so, why and what? Okay. Sometimes we can get that question answered in our conscious mind. Sometimes we have to do a little bit work, connect, be in a private place to get into that subconscious mind. So just kind of going into that quiet place, focusing your intent, connecting on your body and asking that question. And then if that still feels difficult to get that response, then let's add something mentoric. Let's separate the 2 parts out. Okay, the adult current part that's usually attached to the right part of your brain, the more intuitive feeling part, okay, that we're going to represent with your non-dominant hemisphere, usually your left-sided, and we're going to dialogue back and forth, open-ended questions with the intention of curiosity, never blame. We want to explore and we want to allow whatever the answer is to come up so that we can know the next piece that we need to work on. Okay? So, you're hopefully intriguing. Hopefully, I can't wait to do this. Dr. Julie Nudge of encouragement is to explore on a little bit of a deeper level how you feel about your body self, if there is something that's blocking you from doing the things that you logically know you should do to take care of your body self. And I've given you some ways to explore trying to find out what those blocks are, okay, in ways that tap into your subconscious and your unconscious mind so we can get the real answers to work on in the here and now, either in a therapeutic manner, okay, or through an educational manner by asking some questions in our upcoming Q&A. All right. I can't wait to see what happens as a result of this Dr. Julie Nudge. Please let me know. Post in the comments if you are in fact a member of Circle of Hope. If you are one of our YouTube subscribers and you want to know about the work that we do in Circle of Hope, go to thehealthywayout.com, look at Circle of Hope, and these are the nudges that you get every week that help you on your next step of growth. I am Dr. Julie. Love bringing this education to you through the Healthy Way Out Circle of Hope community, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.